you and what was your involvement in the restructuring of the school?
Hi, my name is Fred Billis. I was the parish representative on the school board for St. Paul the Apostle Church.
What precipitated the restructuring?
I believe it's probably the Archdiocese of Winnipeg, and they got together with the 5 parishes in this area, said with the importance of Catholic education, they wanted to maintain the school. So I believe it was the Archdiocese of Winnipeg that had the initiative.
What were the steps taken?
Well, the steps that were taken is they set up a board, and the board had one representative from the corporation, and the first representative from the corporation, and the corporation were the 5 parishes, was Monsignor Moore, who was from St. Charles. Then they asked to have one representative from each of the parishes, which made a total now of 5. Plus they had 4 parent representatives, which is 9. They had a parent advisory representative, which made 10. And there were 2 others on the board, and I'm trying to think of how they were. So there were 5 parent reps, 4 parent reps from the school, okay, 1 parent advisory, 1 alumni, that's who I initially forgot, 1 alumni. The alumni rep happened to be Dean Wheaton, who was on the board with me. So I'm talking about the initial board, and I was on it for 2 years. That was our term. So that made 12.
What were some of the concerns?
Well, I guess some of the concerns were to maintain the education and keeping St. Charles open. One of the concerns, of course, was money. And money was big because, as you know, the province doesn't fund any capital improvements for the schools that are private schools. They do for the public, but not for private schools. So that one concern was money, a big money. So one of the board initiatives that we had to do was to raise money.
How were concerns handled?
How were the concerns handled? Well, we met as a board at least once a month, and we then reported back to our parishes. The corporation had set up some guidelines, and each one of the parishes made a contribution to the school, which they still currently do. That was to help finance. Plus the board tried to do some fundraising. One of the initiatives that I was involved in that the board had is I spearheaded a golf tournament each spring, which I believe is still going on. So that was an initiative from the board, which I coordinated because I love golf, and so they said, well, that's a good job for you. So I said, okay.
If you had it to do over, what would you do the same or differently?
If I had to do it over again? I don't think I would do anything differently. I'd probably do the same thing. We had a great board, spearheaded by Rick Duha, who was the parish rep from St. Charles Church. So we had a great board.
Any summative comments you would like to share as we celebrate our 15th anniversary at St. Charles Interparochial School?
Well, the comments I would have, having worked in the public school system for 33 years as a teacher and as an administrator, I was delighted to be involved with St. Charles School because I myself went to Catholic elementary schools and am a graduate of St. Paul's High School and also a graduate of St. Paul's College. So I was very, very pleased to be involved with the Catholic system and enjoyed every moment. I even had the pleasure of helping the school one year for 3 months as an interim principal, which I thoroughly enjoyed and said, I wish I had been in this system a lot sooner. What kept me back, which I think one of the concerns with the board, which I didn't mention, was staffing in terms of encouraging younger staff members to get involved with the school. because the entrance pay level for the Catholic schools was quite a bit lower than the public schools. Like, we're talking 10,000 plus. So that did not encourage young teachers to come to any private school. So that was one of the concerns the board had also. So we tried to set up a little bit of a different system in terms of trying to encourage younger people to get involved at St. Charles School.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and it's my pleasure.